Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at the states of matter. It's something that you've probably heard before, but there are three primary states of matter. The first one's a solid, and what we know about solids are that they have a definite shape and they have a definite volume. They keep their shape, so they take up a certain amount of space and it's a definite shape that doesn't change. The particles in the solids are held closely together and don't move much, but they do vibrate, so they are in motion. And you could almost picture a crowded room full of people and they don't have much room to move around. Solids come in two different forms. There's crystalline solids, like right here where you have the example would be salt, sugar, and snow, and they're more in a crystalline pattern. And amorphous solids, and they are having a random pattern, and they do not melt at specific temperatures, where the crystalline solid, they have a specific melting point. We also have liquids, and liquids have a definite volume, but they don't have a definite shape. They take on the shape of the container. So water is an example of a liquid that has a definite volume but takes on the shape that it's of the container it's in. The particles of liquids are packed closely together, but not as close as in solids, and they're able to move around fairly freely. And liquids that are fluids, and that means that it is a substance that flows. Air gases can be considered fluids as well. So you can think particles of liquids are moving loosely, they're loosely connected, they collide and move past each other, and you can think of a less crowded room of people. Because they are pretty close to each other, we have this thing that occurs which is called surface tension, and it's the inward pull of molecules of a liquid, and they bring the molecules close enough on the surface so that way they act like a skin. This is why this water bug here can look like it's crawling on top of it. We also have something called viscosity, and that's the resistance to flow. So things that have high viscosity, meaning they don't want to flow, that would be like honey or lava. Low viscosity, something that flows really fast, that would be like water and oil. Now we're looking at gases, and gases have no definite volume here and no definite shape. So they can be compressed or they can expand depending on the size of their container that they're in, and they don't take up a certain amount of space. They are moving freely and independently of each other. And they also collide and do bump into each other quite frequently. They spread out to fill out what size of the container they're in. And think of a balloon. If you squeeze it, you can kind of squeeze down the amount of space that the gas inside of it takes up. And that's it for this section.